one thing I want to dig into before we get to some of the fitness and the wild trials that you're doing recently is carving at your bow. I thought that was a really unique thing, and you have it pinned on your profile, so I assume it means something to you. Is what made you want to carve out, design your own bow? What was that process like, and what does it mean to make something by hand like that? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of my friends, he's also a mentor of mine in many ways. His name's Corey Hawk, and I got to make that at his house. He's like a total expert when it comes to it's what they call a bowyer. That's someone who makes bows. And when I say expert, I don't mean it lightly. Like, this guy knows the craft better than anybody else. He's dedicated basically his life to it.
Yeah.
And him and I, we've got to go hunting quite a bit together with our bows. So he has taught me a lot when it comes to making bows. I was on this exploration my own, all by myself for many years, just going in the woods, cutting down a sapling where there was overpopulated trees. I would take one out to allow more growth and just try to make bows out of it and try to make arrows. And they were very rough. And there was some improvement over time, but, you know,
it was still shabby.
It was
DIY.
still rough.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to get to the point where I was making hunting grade bows and arrows. And so I went to his place, and we spent a week together and made bows and went hunting. And that's what that video particular is from. Working on another bow right now. Really like to make my bows out of a wood called Osage orange. Have you ever seen like those green monkey balls that fall from trees, maybe back in Virginia?
Maybe.
That's an Osage orange tree, and they've been used for, thousands of years to make bows. They have a odd combination of, so a bow has to bend both ways, and they can do that. So compression and then flexion, I think they call it. So Osage is one of the few bow woods that's extremely good at being strong in both of those points of the arrow shot. So I made a Osage bow, and I think generally with your question, anything that I make by hand has a greater significance to me, whether it's a bow or even, handmade stuff like that table behind you. My brother made that. We were here just messing around, and he put that together. And anything, even these, I cut these in the shop in 1 second, but I like them more than anything in the store because I made it.
Yeah, there is something special, and I'm not gonna be able to articulate it, but something special about making something by hand versus, buying something or being, created by a machine. And I experienced this. What did you say?
I was gonna say this is another good example. This necklace. I've got 4 more of these that I'm making because a bunch of people. I made a video of one of these making this. Yeah. It's basically this. I found this head of a deer while I was on a walkabout.
So it's bone?
It's antler.
Antler, okay.
So it was a month-long walkabout just in the woods and found this antler and carried it for 80 miles before I got to a place where I could cut it up.
Hollowed out?
Yeah, so exactly. So I take a pick and I knock out the middle of it, and then it's all made by hand and kind of just sand the middle and outside. So